Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. In this video, I wanted to focus on a clean and pulled together makeup look. I know there's kind of that clean girl aesthetic going around, like kind of a trend. That's not exactly what I'm trying to do. Like for me, I'm just literally thinking of a look that feels somewhere in between glamorous and no makeup. There's something in the middle, and it's the kind of thing that really works for every day, I think. But like even with my hair, you know, nice and clean, no flyaways, really pulled together, chic, sophisticated, but not super dramatic, you know? Characterized specifically by skin that looks really good, a simple eye, and the type of rosy lip that just makes the entire face seem really like on point. So friends, I've already put on my skincare and also my sunscreen. I'm gonna prime with my Lumi Glotion in the Deep Glow. So this turns out to be kind of a bronzy, glowy primer. Somebody got me on to using this first, and I actually think it makes the skin look really pretty. I also see these mentioned a lot as a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, and in recent days I've gotten that out to really think about it, and I just feel like those incorporate a certain amount of like a foundation-y tone. More of a skin tone is part of that. It's not like straight shimmer, so I feel like it's still a little different from these Glotion products, but I guess if you want something glowy to first put on your skin, they're sort of similar in that way. So I've got that on now all over. And then a foundation I really like, this is definitely on my good list, is this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation, and I wear it in 6N. And I know I did kind of an initial try it out type thing not all that long ago. I've been experimenting with it much more, and I can confirm, like, I love the way it wears. I don't think it takes a lot of product to get to a really good place on your skin. I just squeeze out maybe a little less than a pea-sized amount here, and we're just gonna dab that around. You can see I put the product first on key areas where, you know, I want to make sure some product goes. My goodness, I think that pea-sized amount might have been more than enough because I've got some extra here. That is the tricky thing with a squeeze bottle, is it's sometimes like, did I get too much? But you kind of know as you put it on the skin, like where your stopping point is. At least I do eventually. But look at how pretty this looks. Like really nice coverage, but somehow the texture they've put in here just makes it seem like it's skin. It's skin that worked out to be really nice and smooth and dewy. There's definitely a glow in this stuff for sure. And I do like putting it on with the Beauty Blender, although I wouldn't have to. And that's what kind of surprised me with this, was how well it does wear on me, even though it is more of a glowy foundation. It doesn't start collecting in different areas. It really wears nicely, like around my nose, which is always just the spot on my face that will show something going on after some time. I'm just making sure it gets all blended. Go over places where you do feel like product can collect a little bit. Like for me, it's between the brows, under eye. Just get rid of any excess. And I feel like what I'm left with is just this really nice, incredibly even skin that actually somehow still looks like skin, even though it went and kind of blanked out any imperfections. This is full coverage, only takes a small amount, as you can see. I put on my finger what looked like a pea-sized amount, and there must have been a little more than I thought because I used maybe 2/3 of that. For a concealer, I want to use something that I think works really well with this foundation texture, and it's the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum, which I wear in, it's in light. This does have a little pump, so I'm just gonna pump out a teensy bit there, and we will dab this around the under eye. I kind of like the way this product, like it truly spreads across the skin as you blend it. It's really satisfying. I'm gonna get a little bit around the nose. You can see it's just a little lighter than what is on my skin foundation wise, and this is just gonna give a really fresh brightness. See? I definitely like when the under eye is a little bit brighter than the rest. Man, I had one of those mornings, my alarm went off and I thought it was a totally different day of the week. I thought we were on the weekend. I thought it was Sunday. It's Tuesday. That doesn't usually happen to me. Like I usually wake up and I'm like, okay, I know what's going on. Must have come right out of a dream or something. See, I think that's a pretty fantastic looking concealer, and I think it flows right in with the finish of the foundation too. Now, I will go over it and set it a little bit because I feel, you know, just a little dewier than I might like, a little tackier than I want to be right in that under eye zone. But I just feel like it's working well and it covered nicely. This concealer really gives us that lightweight, like I'm going to be so natural kind of vibe. But, oh, another eyelash I'm going to make a wish on. It's stuck to my tacky makeup covered finger. But what I was saying was this kind of has the illusion of being something that's going to be like really natural. Bear With Me is in the name. Concealer serum. This might lower your expectation for what this product can do, but a little does go a long way, and as you can see, it's really effective. Next, for our little clean and pulled together makeup look, I'm pulling out a palette that I have not used in a while, but I really liked this. This is from Pure, and it's the 4-in-1 Skin Perfecting Powders Face Palette, which I have in the shade Fair Light. And you've got these 4 powders. One is like just a matte powder, bronzer, blush, highlight, and they're so pretty. And I just kind of like, I'm kicking myself that I haven't pulled this out more recently. I'm gonna actually use this light powder as a setting powder. It's kind of a lot once to pick up on your brush, so I would say tap off the excess. But we can just dab this on our T-zone and under eye and get the feeling that maybe we'll have even better staying power. I just always have better staying power when I give a little setting powder. And I just think that's really cool that that's in here. A lot of times that's the type of product brands don't think about. It's like, okay, it's going to be blush, bronzer, highlight. We see that trio a lot. But all the face powder steps, that really is doing something. Okay, so here we are all set. You can see we didn't really take away the overall radiance from the face. I'm going to use the bronzer that's in here. These powders are just so soft and nicely pigmented. And they do come out in a variety of shade families, which is perfect. But I always felt like this fair to light grouping was really plenty of depth for my skin tone. There's just something about a little bit of a cheek contour that makes me feel like, yes, you're pulling it together, Em. You're getting it. And this is a definite like contour type of color. It's pretty cool. So I'm a fan. It works really effectively. Okay, there we go. So matte, 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 and then shimmer here. So we have a matte, pretty like dusty rose type of blush. This is going to be great for this look. It's going to really liven up the face without being too like, look at me, look at me. This is probably the level of makeup a lot of people like to be at, you know? We're not necessarily trying to pretend like we don't have any makeup on, but at the same time, it's not our full glam level either. But so far, a big part of this look, like I said, in my mind, is just having really good looking skin. Dabbing right over the nose with that shade to keep it looking a little more natural. I love that color so much. I can see the full moon right out my window over here. Yes, there's not just the window back there, there's one right over here. And the moon is like peeking through. Talking to the moon. Okay. Highlighter, Real Techniques setting brush. This highlight can go hard. And we don't need it shouting at people, but we do want some glow. Oh, isn't that pretty? This palette, I tell you guys. You have any other things that you really like from Pure? And a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to also use this in a step or two on the eyes as well for a simple eye. So yay for a comeback product. For brows, I am going to fill in. I'm going to use this little e.l.f. Ultra Precise brow pencil that I have. This is in the shade Cool Brown. And then I want something that kind of highlights the hairs, you know, so I'm going to use my Kosas gel. I feel like that does a really good job when it comes to, like, I don't know, making the brows look kind of full and lush. So I got some really good blackout curtains for Bubba's room. These days the sun has been coming up earlier and earlier, it seems like, and it's making him wake up way earlier than he should. I mean, we can now see light coming through windows by like 20 till 6, and his normal like ideal wake up time would be 6:30. And what I had hanging in his room was said to be a, like, I don't know if it was called blackout, but like room darkening curtains. And they worked to an extent. They weren't amazing. We don't have blinds in that room, by the way. It's just curtains. And I just thought maybe it's not enough. There's quite a bit of light coming through. So I got some amazing blackout curtains from Amazon. And I do need to steam them to get some of the wrinkles out. I know this is like not exciting, but this is my life. But they worked so well. And like, honestly, it's dark as night in there. That would have been a great thing for me back when I was doing the morning show and going to bed at like 5 or 6 in the evening, you know. It totally darkens up the room. So I think that has helped him the last couple of days. So this is in dark brown. This is the Kosas Air Brow. And I just kind of feel like this gives him a little fluff. You can see the little hairs. And it holds well. I really like it. Right now, it's got a little more juice in it than my Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt. Next up, friends, I'm going to put on some Milani eyeshadow primer. And then I'm just gonna work with that same face palette to get a little natural, clean looking eye. You know, this look is about not taking it over the top. I'm not trying to convince anybody that I'm not wearing makeup, but at the same time, I want it to look really just fresh and pulled together is for some reason the phrase that comes into my mind. So there's that primer all over. Then I can just real easy pop into this shade we used as a contour. Makes a great eyeshadow as well. Look at that. The naturally contoured eye. I love this. I mean, a lot of you might be sitting there thinking, we know how to do this. We don't need a tutorial. But I like this. This brings me joy in the same way sometimes doing something really complicated does as well. Like, I feel like if you really love makeup, you can appreciate it on all different levels, not just one. So look at how that just buffs so easily, and yet we really, you know, we've got a nice bit of definition there now. I can use my little matte shade, and I can go up here. I can help myself blend out the edge of whatever. Lovely. I can take my flat brush, just grab a little more of that, let it come down to my eyelid. Oops, was I all out of focus there? Come on now, camera, keep up. I'm just doing a little more of my bronzer shade, just kind of as eyeshadow right out here. But I was saying then you could go on and either do a matte or a shimmer, you know, for lightness on the lid. It could be this shade, or heck, you could pull in a blush if you wanted to. But I'm going to take a little bit of shimmery glow. So I think it's just pretty. And look at that, you know, sometimes do we way overcomplicate this whole process. That was so quick. That was so quick, and we have an eye look. I was kind of going back and forth the other day as I was thinking, does a look like this that I'm trying to go after need eyeliner? And I think actually a really clean eyeliner can add to it, can enhance it. So I'm going to use my NYX Epic Ink pen and just go across my lash line. You know what I find I don't do? I don't grip the hell out of these pens and eyeliners the way I used to. I feel like I used to be so tight on it. Now I'm just kind of like, just letting it rest on my fingers and then go. Much better chance for a smooth line. Do we want to do just like a gentle flick up for some lift? Yeah, how about that? I mean, once the mascara gets on, it's really not going to look big, but it gives a little lift. Is anyone watching American Idol? Please raise your hand. What did you think about the Carrie Underwood night? Like, I love Carrie Underwood. I love so many of her songs. But I thought those were not some of the best performances from them during that round. Like, So Small is pretty much one of my favorite songs of all time. I thought Noah did a decent job with that. Michelina, the one who sang Blown Away, she brought it. She can kind of sing on that Carrie Underwood level. But I think sometimes the more familiar you are with the way those songs are sung, the more you hear someone else try to like put little changes on it and you don't necessarily really appreciate it, or you're more critical of them because they don't sound like Carrie. I don't know, I thought I was gonna love that when I found out she was a mentor, but actually a lot of them I think did better in the second round. They sang 2 songs that night. For my lashes, I'm gonna keep it easy and do Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water on uppers and lowers. Normally this has been like a lower mascara with me. I'll split the job between a couple of mascaras. but I'm just going to use it on both because I really do love the look of it in both ways. And I know it wears really, really well. We're getting into the hot and sweaty times here, friends. Actually, we got a little break from the absolute heat yesterday, but spring just went away in a flash. Like, I don't mind rain at all, but I think a lot of our reasonably temperatured spring days got caught up in rainy days, and then boom. Summer. Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water. This is a tubing mascara, and you absolutely need something going on these lashes, I feel. I think it holds the curl nicely, like not just for the short term, but throughout a day. And let's talk about the possibility of lashes. You know, a lash could be really pretty with this look. I get one that's not super huge, but maybe adds some thickness. I think that could be great here. If you want to kind of transform this look, let's say maybe you're taking this look day to night or something. You're loving the vibe of everything happening, but you want it to be a little more special occasion. Put on a demi-wispy with this. Put on a little half lash at the end. Kick it up a little bit. That's fine. I'm just loving this. This really is a clean eye. I have, except a little smudge. Yep, take care of that. Okay, so mascara on upper lashes. I'm also doing my lower lashes too. I know this will not smudge on me. I don't need to go crazy, but I just, you know, want to give them a little love down there. Guys, for lips, I want to do like this rosy lip that's going to sort of give some life to the face, be really flattering, but I do want it to have some staying power. So I got a couple products I'm going to pull in. One is my Revlon Color Stay Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Mauve. And mauve is great. You might have expected me to pull in something more reddish here, but I don't want to go that loud with it. Mauve is more like your lips, but mauvier. And you're gonna get some rosiness from this balm I'm putting on, and it's all gonna like work together. And as some of that rosiness wears down, you continue to have like a really good looking lip. And so I'm doing a full on, like, let's fill in the entire lips with this stuff, okay? I love Color Stay lip liners. Mauve, raisin, chocolate, nude. Nude is a newfound love. So look at this. Do we love this? I love this. We could stop here if we're enjoying this vibe, and I do like it, but I've been really craving the scent of this cherry balm.com from Glossier. Now, if you don't want to buy this, you could get one of the reddish toned balms from CoverGirl, the clean lip balms that I love so much. There's one called I Cherish You. There's another one called You're the Palm, which is a little bit like a softer, warmer red. But those could be layered up in this situation and give a similar look. But this scent is kind of one of a kind. It's like candy. It's like just amazing. But I like the look when I smooth this out on top. It's the kind of thing you squeeze it out, it looks like red, red, red. It's not that terribly red, but there is color. And it kind of just plays with this mauve and looks so, like the lips look absolutely pillowy and pretty and a little shiny. And the texture of this is like thick, but thick enough to hang on for a while actually. All right, one last step. I take the, you know, the finishing powder, the translucent powder. I go over a little zone that I like to look really clean and not too shiny. Right in there. I love it. It's polished. It's pretty. See what I mean when I'm talking about the middle ground that falls between glam and natural makeup? Like, that's kind of where this look is sitting right now, and I enjoy it. I hope you guys like this video too. Just simple and clean and pulled together, something you can do just your day-to-day tasks in and feel a little bit more complete. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I will see you again soon. I love you. Bye.